The question is, who is your Dota 2 GOAT?
Kurt, what does that mean?
The thing is, the problem with me is that I don't have so many people that I look up to, but I like playing with Dandy. He's always a happy guy, and I remember in one of my first Dota 2 games, I griefed him somehow. I think I destroyed his rune or something, I don't remember. And then I felt bad. He's always like the happy guy in PUBs. Maybe he's not the greatest player anymore, but he's like the nice, positive, non-toxic Dota player that I used to enjoy having in my team. I would say Dandy.
I mean, I can't say anything about like before TI5, that's way too far for my understanding. But for the second half of Dota's lifetime, I'd say gameplay-wise it has to be Miracle. If you wanted to talk about some overall impact on the game or something like that, then you could look at someone more like Seb or Puppy. But for greatest player of all time, I'd say Miracle.
My Dota 2 GOAT is Seb because he inspired me to play professionally when he won the TI8.
I would say for me, it's a hard question. I think there's different categories in it. I think for me the best player is Miracle. He is the best player that I've played with, and like the greatest player in terms of his personality and the way they control TS7 and just like his performances. To me, he's the best individual player. And then there's Seb, which I think has done something that nobody else really could do in Dota. He just like pulled the team completely together, 2 TIs, and he was to me the biggest factor for them. And then everyone else on that OG team as well, you know. For me, Seb is just a standout in terms of his personality and like the reason why they were above and beyond. But everyone on that roster was incredible. They all have a shout to have been the greatest. And then there's also Puppy. Puppy is just way too consistent to not mention, and I think he's just incredible that he can have so many performances over so many years. A lot of good players, but I think if I really had to pick one, I would probably say Miracle.
I always think of Puppy as a GOAT. This guy is like, he's been in Dota for so long, but he's still on top. I think I said this in another interview like a few weeks before, and I said Puppy just because of how consistent he is all throughout the time. It's been like 2010, right? Since Dota 2 started, and even before that he's been playing Dota 1. So yeah, I think Puppy should be the GOAT for me, at least.
Who do you think is the greatest Dota 2 player of all time and why?
Miracle. It's just Miracle, you can't say why. Because he was best at Dota for 4 or 5 years, I guess. I watched every of his replays. This guy is a legend of Dota. I just like his playstyle. He is the best at individual form, I guess. His micros is very good. He's doing like super risky moves, but he is calculating these moves so perfectly, so he just makes a highlight every time.